Hey guys, Drake Swarm here. The audio worked out nicely on my last video, so I'm hoping it goes through fine on this one too. I'm playing the Golgari deck, and I just wanted to say, if you're interested in seeing me play a different deck, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Let me know what deck you're curious of seeing. If you've seen me play against a cool deck, or if you've played a cool deck, I'll try to recreate it with my own touch, of course. I don't always play the quote-unquote right cards, but I'm always interested in trying out some new decks, so let me know what you'd like to see and I'll play them. Or I'll try to, unless it's just absolutely terrible. I did make a few changes to this Golgari deck. I threw a single Reclamation Sage in here, just in case. Like, sometimes there's the off chance that they have that obelisk or an enchantment. Sometimes it's worth destroying their quests if they have them. So a 1-of Reclamation Sage is in the deck, and at the very least it's just a 2-1. Apparently I only had 3 Wayfinders in here. I bumped that up to 4. And what else? Oh, I'm also trying out Bloodghasts. I have 2 Bloodghasts in the deck. It's double black, so it's pretty hard to cast, but it's a card that we can mill off the top, and every time we play a land we can get them back. It's a very, very good card. Landfall, again, is amazing. And we have plenty of lands in the deck, plenty of way to find lands between Wayfinder and Cultivate. So we're trying out the Bloodghast. It may be the case that they're not that good. This hand's not great. It has 5 lands and nothing to do, like no graveyard shenanigans for Nemesis. But it does have the Ulcerate, and we're on the draw. I'm gonna take the free mulligan here. This seems fine. With Wayfinder and Cultivate, we can ramp pretty decently. I didn't hit okay, but I guess I'm keeping this hand anyway. Good thing I was intending to keep it. That was actually a decent draw. It gives us it gives us our double green and double black. And also is a better land to play on turn 1 when we're not playing anything. Up against Naya. And potentially life gain. Otherwise... oh, this card's decent. It's actually not bad for a 2-drop. We are going to Wayfinder. And find us another land. We want... let's see, we're playing a... Soul of Zendikar is also going to the graveyard, which isn't terrible. We can either use it for a 3/3, or we could potentially treasure find it and try to get more value out of it. We'll see how the game goes. And see what our opponent's on. Sure. Flying, First Strike, and Vigilance. That seems fine on this guy. He's not getting any extra damage in, too, so it's alright. We do have Nylea's Disciple. That always makes me feel safe. Maybe I shouldn't feel safe, but I do. Alright, and now the question is, do we Cultivate or do we Assistant? Let's attack first. If you take... oh, no. We don't attack because First Strike. I think Cultivate's the right play. We do have Genesis Hydra in hand, so it's probably the better bet. And next turn we'll be up to 5 lands. I don't want a Genesis yet, though, so I will Assistant, and I don't know, I might just treasure find this Soul of Zendikar. Okay, so he's definitely on some sort of life gain deck. Probably, I don't know. I don't know what his second or third color is. He has the Nile land, and there's no reason to play that as a white source only, so we have to see what else is going on. Alright, so what do we do here? I don't think we need to play Titanic Growth and try to blow him out. I like doing this and then using Treasure Find just to get something back. see what we milled first. We milled Spider Spawning, which is fine in our graveyard, Disciple, which we have one in this, which is not really worth our treasure find. I will take this Soul of Zendikar back, because even though we get a beast from it in the graveyard, it's better on the field. Significantly better. Oh, I didn't even see the forest come down last turn. And there's this chick right on curve. Card's good. I'll give him that. Alright, so I'm gonna get this down. I'm probably gonna let him. My guy has reach, which, if you saw the last videos, I think it was the first set of videos I had played this deck in, someone ran right into reach, and it cost them the game. With him being on white and green, and Banisher Priest, well, that's pretty bad. Unless we draw a way to kill Banisher Priest, we actually die in 2 turns, or we die next turn. Unless we find a way to deal with this Baneslayer. What does Spider Spawning do for us? 1, 2. That's not good. We could try Genesis Hydra into a Disciple, but I think we just need to play Disciple. And really, we can't do much else. It's kinda not great. The Banisher Priest was very good. That's fine. Possibly he has God's Willing or Reprisal or something, but if we can get one of his flyers off the field, that slows down the clock. It at least gives us one more turn. Potentially. He could just have pumps. There's that stupid obelisk. Alright, he's only on white, green, and red, so he can deal 3, he can give +4/+4, or he can gain 5 life. I imagine it's in there for the life gain, but the other ones are good. So that means we're on the clock again. Also, that Pride Mate keeps ticking up. So I think we need to Spider Spawn here. As much as I don't want to. For 2. It's actually terrible. I mean, the only other choice really is to risk Genesis Hydra and hope we hit a Disciple off of it. But I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk. He's gaining so much life, too. Like, by the time we're even able to deal with Baneslayer, we're just getting hosed by his life total. Huh. If we can kill Banisher Priest here, I think we've got some potential. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Wayfinder in front of a Johnny, and shoot, he can give +4/+4 to Banisher Priest, or he can. I think he can only bolt our face. I don't think he can bolt a creature. We're gonna double block it. Otherwise, he can put Banisher Priest out of range. We do potentially lose 2 here, though. But if we can get our Soul of Zendikar back, Did he just gain life off of... I think he just gained life off the obelisk. Oh no, he used the pump. So, God's willing. And we get blown out there. We're just trying to buy ourselves more time here. We have 2 turns left if he decides to just bolt us. He could have just God's willing his Baneslayer before combat, chosen pro green, and then I wouldn't have even been able to block with the spider. Honestly, there's no reason for him not to attack with... I mean... Yeah, his life total's 44. So we're kind of losing. Alright, so yeah, I need to Genesis into Nylea's Disciple or Reclamation Sage. I need to draw the perfect cards. And maxing out is going to be our best chance. That's not going to do it. So he got us. I'm going to go ahead and concede the match to him because the obelisk kills us. That obelisk, it's a good card. It's a very good card in this kind of matchup. Yeah, I'll continue with that conversation when the next match starts up, but I'll see you here in a few seconds. Okay, here we go. Against Forge Rama. So yeah, we lost against a pretty good deck. Really, we lost against a Baneslayer Angel, which if you don't deal with it, I don't know, the lifelink's pretty big deal. This hand seems fine, actually. It gives us some plays. I think I'll just go with a Forest on turn 2 so I can start pumping things out. But 2 into 3 into probably not on turn 4 for Genesis. Hopefully. Yep, I'll grab the Forest. Unfortunately, we would have liked to have Nemesis in our hand, but what can you do? Squadron Hawk. Searching for more Squadron Hawks. So... Forest into Gladeheart seems right. Next turn, Wayfinder and a land. And do you want to trade your Squadron Hawk? Be pretty sweet if you did. Nope, he's not about that life. Alright, so he's going to be hawking. And next turn, he can get his other 2 hawks into play. Which, if that's all he does next turn, I'm okay with it. Train Caracal. I'm always happy to see this card in people's decks because it's not a good card. It just doesn't do enough. Same with like 1/1 flyers. Squadron Hawk's okay because, you know, it compounds with other cards, but it's not amazing. Alright, so Savage Lands, gain a life. Really, right now, we don't have anything huge. We're just working on a big Genesis Hydra. And Zendikar in the graveyard, and another Nemesis. So we're milling our good creatures, which is unfortunate. You want to trade your Caracal for my dude? No? Next turn I can make it 3/3 beast, but it depends on what we draw. Tended Knight is a good card. It looks like mono white right now, so we could be facing down like a Sanctify, or whatever the +2/+1 anthem is. We could get blown out here very bad. It's not looking like Trumpet Blast, though. So, play a land, gain 2 life. We can't really attack anymore. And I will make a beast. See if he attacks with some of these ground dudes. I know 2 of the cards in his hand are Squadron Hawks, so that leaves 4 unknowns. Yeah, so he's definitely going for some, like, wide attack. Attack with something else. Something else. Come on. Yes. Maybe we can eat... Yeah, I think we can eat this guy. Eating the 2/2 first striker would be good. He could have Swift Justice, which is not a good card, but it's actually fine, I guess. But he could have God's Willing, and if he God's Willings this, I'm totally happy with that. Plus I get to keep my 3/3, so... Right now I'm playing defense until I can kind of match his creatures with mine. It is good that we have extra lands, though. Maybe not this many. Because we're gaining 2 life off of each of them. Alright, we're going to sit back on defense for now. Paragon! That's a good card in this situation. And he's playing it smart. Alright, so we're definitely drawing too many lands, though. We need some sort of, I don't know, pretty much anything. We could Genesis for 5. I think I want to wait one more turn and potentially power out a 6 drop. Although, I don't think I have a full 4 Nemesis in this deck just because I don't have 4 Nemesis, but... I don't know, let's try to eat up a bunch of creatures with Titanic Growth here. We can eat up to 3 depending on how he blocks, but he's not going to block with more than that. Yeah. Alright, we'll save Genesis for one more turn. He could just play another Rhino. So okay. Yeah. Gain life. It does make his Caracal better. He probably attacks with it right now. Why not the other Squadron Hawk, though? He has 1 colorless open. I don't know. I guess it's worth killing his Caracal. Gonna gain 4 life, but if I don't and I just let him keep attacking with it, then he gains tons of life. Hopefully Genesis Hydra can turn this around for us. Yeah, there's another land. I have 24 in the deck, but that's not an unusual amount. Alright, Genesis, do work for me. Vengevine's pretty good. Although Vengevine's not amazing because we don't have creature spells to go overboard with it. It's possible he just tries to Squadron Hawk us to death, and it's very possible that that works. I need a fairly good sequence of cards to make this work out. Genesis Hydra, what is he playing? Jeez, does everybody play Baneslayer Angel? Hunt the Weak is the card I want right now. If he gets even one swing in with Baneslayer, it's kind of game. Because he's just gaining way too much life. Genesis could hit Shadowborn Demon, but even Shadowborn Demon can't take out Baneslayer, which is annoying. If I attack with Genesis, does he block? Could chomp. Oh, geez. Actually, Baneslayer has first strike, so that's not a profitable attack at all. Reclamation Sage, hidden nothing, as you like. That's a shame. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're taking 10 this turn. Hall of Triumph, and I don't know, I feel like he's had that Hall of Triumph in hand for a while. What do we take? 7, 10, 13. He's definitely got this game. We can't draw anything to win next turn. One of the problems with green is that it doesn't have good removal. It does have like Hunt the Weak, but that's sorcery speed and very situational. Black does have Flesh to Dust, and I'm tempted to put one of those in here. Maybe a couple of them. Because cards like Baneslayer, we just can't seem to beat it. Baneslayer Angel's a little too good against our deck, especially with first strike. It doesn't die to Shadowborn Demon. I don't know. We also got flooded that game, so that's gonna be my excuse. Alright, it's gonna take a few seconds. I'll be back when the round starts. Thanks for watching. Bye. Never mind. Here we go. Against TPG Splash Attack. Let's see if we can, play against someone who's not using Baneslayer Angel. Surprisingly, I don't think I've ever played anyone against anyone who uses Bramaz, though. I think Bramaz is just too good not to play with, especially if you're mono white. It's way too good of a card. Let's see. We have green and black, but nothing. It's worth the risk in Mullen. And we get a worse hand because we can't cast anything. This is even worse. Although if we draw black, we're okay. Actually, if we draw any land, we're decent. That's okay. That gives us turn 2 Bloodghast into turn 3 Bladeheart. Or maybe we just Necromancer's Assistant. I don't know. Shadowborn could be good later in the game. It's also pretty sweet with Bloodghast, because if we draw a steady stream of lands, we have a reliable source, or a reliable creature to continue stacking. Although, sometimes maybe you just keep in the graveyard so you don't have to stack anything. I don't know. Alright, I think turn 3 I want to get this guy out so I can potentially draw a land and play this, gain life in the same turn. I don't know yet. Alright, we're up against Selesnya. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. Let's do Assistant. And attack with Bloodghast. There's no reason for him to block. But if he does, we're happy about it. And we didn't mill any creatures. Ooh, what are we Banisher Priesting? Yeah, that makes sense. And do you make a Saproling? Vengevine. So we can Vengevine here. There's no reason for him to block it. Or we could just gain life. I like Vengevine. Let's start doing damage. Well, yeah, he chomps. But cool. But now we have Vengevine, and that makes Disciple a little better. I'm okay with drawing a land next turn. It either... I don't know, it would be decent either way. It either gives us access to the demon, or gain some life. Oh, he didn't block, I just noticed that. I guess I just assumed he would. Alright, he's trying to outpower us. Alright, and Banisher Priest has my Bloodghast. Question is, do I attack with Vengevine? I think so. If he wants to trade off both tokens, that seems okay. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Alright, so we want... Oh, he only traded off one token. I think I want the Shadowborn Demon out. And I think I want to kill Banisher Priest, so I can potentially set up a recurring threat here. He's on a 3-turn clock with Shadowborn Demon, though. Or at least right now he is. Vengevine is also a tiny threat for him. I have life gainers here. Alright, so we want to sack Bloodghast. And we want to draw a land. Cool. So let's play this. Let's gain 2 life and get our Ghast back. And let's attack with the demon, and no, I don't really want to trade Vengevine for a single token. I'll leave it back on defense. We're doing okay here. He has 2 in hand. Triplicate Spirits, that's good. Those are 3/3s also. Alright, he might be able to outpower us here. I'm okay with taking this hit. Cool. Oh, I should have attacked with Vengevine first. Oh well. If I attack with... this is not a good situation. I'm in a bad spot, to be honest. Yeah, of course, he just like... oh man. So bad for us. And it's awkward because I can't get the Shadowborn Demon to destroy his Sarah. Oh man. Damn. Well, we had Shadowborn Demon on hit, and look, a Baneslayer, are you kidding me? Oh my god. I can't even with the Baneslayer Angels. What is this, 3 games in a row, all having Baneslayer Angels? Alright, we are top decking, and we're back in the situation where we can't top deck anything to win. The thing about the Boros deck is, even if you have no cards in hand, if you have that many creatures, you can sometimes pull out like a Trumpet Blast win, but this deck doesn't have anything to pull you back in from that situation. Plus, Baneslayer, like, we don't even need to talk about it. Yeah, it's a good card, like... Baneslayer is a good card, we get it. Poop. Anyway. Starting another roundup. I think Bloodghast is performing just fine. It's not, it's a little anti-synergistic, but it's fine, I think. This is a very slow hand with Graveyard Enablers, but nothing to take advantage of it. But, I don't know. It ramps pretty well. Because we're probably going to mill away. That's awkward, because we do not have double black. Maybe Wayfinder will find us another black, though. And it does. Also, Spider Spawning is in the graveyard, which right now doesn't do anything, but we can't cast it right now anyway. See what our opponent is on. What you got, Ninja Dave? 420, haha. I get it, yeah. Farika's Chosen. And Young Wolf, so we're doing some low curve nonsense. Maybe just an aggressive green and black deck? I don't know. Let's, do Bloodghast. I'm gonna keep Cultivate in hand because when we run out of lands, it gives us another way to landfall. Yep. Okay, this is strange so far. Yeah, that's all well and good. Genesis Hydra will be good a little later on. I can't really attack him because he has first strike. Right now, his board's really weak. Unless he starts sacking things, but so I'm gonna go for Genesis Hydra next turn. It's gonna be a 3/3, and it could potentially find us something here. Yeah, his whole deck apparently is just 1-drops. Seems like a safe bet to attack here. I'm avoiding killing anything because that Rock Slide Elemental has the potential to get pretty big pretty fast. Alright, I'm happy with Nylia's Disciple. Let's Genesis for 3 and... oh, for 4. For 4, that's good. Cool. Reclamation Sage doesn't do anything. Wayfinder we don't need. Yeah, let's gain some life back. Pretty good. And if I Bloodghast here, and he blocks with Freakish Chosen, I can get it back next turn, but his Rock Slide Elemental becomes a 2. That seems okay. Just takes 2 though. Nope, he's gonna take it. Well actually, Rock Slide becomes a 3/3. Yeah, so this Golgari deck is definitely lacking, like, cheap removal. Doubling Season. Okay, didn't see that card coming. I'm hoping we mill Vengevine here. Well, no, Vengevine, I don't think. No creatures in graveyard. A crappy turn of event. Alright, so if I attack with Genesis Hydra, gets, well, I don't know. I don't have any good attacks right now. Let's see what his shenanigans with Doubling Season is. Maybe he's just, his whole deck is based around Rock Slide Elemental. Because Doubling Season with it is very good. Gives it the potential to get stronger very, very fast. Send some creatures to the graveyard. Reclamation Sage to the graveyard. Our spider spawning is looking very sad right now. I don't know, it's possible we just want to swing in with a lot of our little guys and see if we can, just push in damage. Let his Rock Slide get out of hand. We're gonna have plenty of blockers for it. If we spider spawn. And we should be able to race them. Right now we have still just 2 in the graveyard, so spider spawning's pretty bad. So we cast 3 Satyr Wayfinders, and we only have 2 creatures in the graveyard. So we probably need to be a little more creature heavy, but... Sure, you play that Armillary Sphere. So he has 1 unknown card in his hand. and it doesn't seem like a game changer. That's okay. Very subpar. What happens if I swing all in? He blocks the 4/4, the 3, and the 3 takes 2/4. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He hits us back for a lot, but we're at 27. We lose all our good creatures, and we spider spawn? I don't know, I think this is just kind of dragging on. This is very ballsy. And his rock slide's gonna be huge, but we're spider spawning, so we don't care. Alright, I would assume... Why is he blocking a 1/1 here? Well, never mind, that makes sense. Alright, he's not blocking... Oh, never mind. Genesis is dying. Okay, so the unknown card in hand was... Well, he just wasted that because his rock slide's not gonna die. He could have done it on Pharika's Chosen instead. Alright, so that's a 13/13. That seems, you know, fun. Oh, he did do it on Pharika's Chosen. Alright, so we get Gas... Oh, Gas didn't die. And we get some spiders. And then next turn we get more spiders. And then the turn after that we get more spiders? Yeah. So we're just gonna... Yeah. I mean, I think we can out-creature him here. If I haven't said it before, spider spawning is kind of a ridiculous card. I'm not counting damage at all here, I'm just pretty sure we're out-creaturing him. With 2 spider spawnings in grave, every creature he kills now just makes more spiders. And sure, his rock slide's going to be gigantic, but I don't think it's going to get in. Unless he somehow gives it fly-in or makes it unblockable. Which would suck. He is being careful about his blocks, though. He sent in 4 of our dudes to the graveyard, too. He's also being careful not to block the Bloodghast, which is smart, since I can just get it back. Oh look! We had lethal, apparently. Well, I didn't count it up. I think he blocked wrong there, but... Interesting deck. It was... I don't know, it seemed like it was clearly just trying to gain value off of doubling the season and rock slide, but... I can dig it. I'll be back probably for maybe 1 or 2 more, and see you here in a sec. Alright, we are against JDW69. I will say I kind of like the things that this Golgari deck can do, but I definitely like the Boros deck more. The Boros deck is more consistent, it has more removal, and I could put more removal in this deck. It's, I don't know, the way I built it, it's not the most consistent thing. Also, this hand needs more land. I'm on the play, so I don't want to keep this. Sure, we can cultivate into a turn 5 Nemesis with what we have. I'll play black first in case we draw a gas. We can double black. Boros. I imagine we'll see a Baneslayer Angel at some point. Alright, we'll do green, and then I think I will Gladeheart before I cultivate. Although that's not really worked out very well in the past. We might just get shocked here. Alright, Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe leads to some very fast situations. Yeah, so let's gain 2 life. I will immediately ulcerate your Gutter Snipe, because that deals more damage to us over time. And then when I cultivate, I gain 2 more life, so I end up positive here. And we get a Nemesis next turn. Also, I don't know, if he's going for some sort of burn strategy here, Covenant of Blood could be pretty decent. Also, the Disciple. So we've got ways to counteract whatever it is he's doing. Seems fair. I think he probably could have shocked us before, but he was trying to get Gutter Snipe to do extra damage, so it didn't work out quite the way he thought. That's just a guess. I am curious, this is the first Jeskai deck I've seen. I'm curious what he's got white in here for. Maybe it's like God's Willing or something, which makes our Covenant kind of laughable. Let's just get an untapped land. And do we try to Covenant? I think so. God's Willing. Cloud Shift. That's okay. Well, it might as well just be God's Willing, really. Alright, he's running well on cards in his hand, which is what we want to see from his sort of deck. The less cards he has in his hand, the better. We have 2 creatures for spider spawning. Maybe he just goes nuts here and drops like 4 1-mana spells. Or he just hits us for 1. Probably plays another... No, he ended his turn. And he left the game, so I'm imagining his hand's not great. Alright, well we should be able to wrap this up pretty quickly if he doesn't have anything. I don't know, like, if he has any enter the battlefield triggers, then Cloud Shift's pretty good, but there's no reason to play Cloud Shift over... I mean, there are plenty of reasons, but Cloud Shift over God's Willing doesn't seem great. If he doesn't block... Why is he Cloud Shifting? Oh. Trying to go in for the kill with a Kiln Fiend? So that Cloud Shift did nothing? Alright, that was just the AI being stupid, I think. Unless I missed something. I mean, he got a free shock out of it, but also Bolt on that is not good. Honestly, that Wayfinder was so unthreatening that I would have just bolted the face. Let's see if we got the win here. I don't know if Cloud Shift can target your opponent's creatures or not, but I mean, that's kind of away from the win. Alright, so that was clearly a spell deck, gutter snipe and killing fiends, that sort of thing. Trying to go for a very quick burn, but I don't know. Alright, that was a quick match, so I will toss into another one here, and see you there. Alright, this is probably going to be my last game for the night, win or lose. So hopefully we can pull out a win, and hopefully we don't see Baneslayer. Also, probably the last match I'll be playing with this Golgari deck. I do like it, I like a lot of the cards in it, but it has a lot of bad matchups. Loses to a lot of very specific cards. Maybe I'll reconfigure it, I don't know. So what do we have? Reclamation Sage is nice, I guess, just in case. 2 Wayfinders gives us 2 more lands, and potentially Covenant. I also like that we have the Ulcerate, so we have no power in our hand, but we do have answers, and that's pretty decent. Golgari, I like it. We can't play the Bloodghast, so we will hopefully find a swamp here. And I think I want the swamp over the... actually, that's a good question. I don't know, we have another Wayfinder in hand, so it's not too big of a deal. And we just want to see him smack an artifact or enchantment on the battlefield. We just want it. This card I'm okay with. Like I've said before, the less cards my opponent has in hand, the better I feel about things. And Elvish Pioneer, as opposed to like Elvish Mystic, is kind of the same deal. I think Pioneer's a better card, but as far as this game goes, I feel better with my opponent having the whatchamacallit, the Pioneer. Alright, so we have things to play. I don't know which one's the best to play this turn. I kind of like all of them. Let's get the Ghast out. So hopefully we can start dealing some damage. Let's see if he trades here. And we probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, he is going to trade. We probably shouldn't have done that, so we'd have more fuel for Covenant. Never mind. He's taking the block. That's, I guess, not terrible either. Alright, slap some enchantment on the battlefield. Oh. Well, we could destroy his elixir. And he has a 2/2 now? I will destroy his elixir. I will crush his hopes and dreams. I mean, we should Wayfinder here. He probably doesn't use the elixir next turn. Let's see what happens with this first. I doubt he blocks it, because he's probably just suspecting I get it back. Even though I don't actually have a land in hand right now. Let's Wayfinder. I do need more land, so... Yep, we find one, we throw one creature in the graveyard. I think this deck definitely doesn't actually have enough creatures. I should probably lose, like, the treasure finds for some more playables. Just to make spider spawning a little more powerful. Yeah, so we can destroy his elixir this coming up turn, which hopefully is the right move. Disciple's not a terrible draw, so we get to destroy his elixir and leave up Ulcerate. Value Town. You will not be gaining 5 life. Alright, I imagine he doesn't block again. Oh, he's gonna block it. He's also gonna realize I don't have a land in hand, so... There you go. You got me. Although, I mean, I can get the gas back in a later turn, and we do clear off another one of his creatures. Although if he's playing, like, spider spawning, then he wants more creatures in his grave, so we might have just helped him there. Although it seems odd that you would use the elixir in that sort of deck. I don't know, I don't think he's graveyard based here. Although really I don't see much of a reason to be playing these colors if you're not playing like Nemesis. Genesis for 3. Sure. Cool, so he hits nothing. And we ulcerate his Genesis Hydra. We get to deal at least 3 to him next turn, so I mean it's a fair trade. Alright. We want to gain life back and get our Ghast. Ghast only has haste if an opponent has 10 life or less, which is not the case, so we don't get the hasty Ghast. But we do get to swing the game in our favor here. We do get Covenant next turn. And we do have Nihilio for backup, which right now on this board gains 5 life. Maybe another Genesis Hydra. What is this? Hexproof? Okay. Probably gets Genesis Hydra back. No, Elixir. Interesting. Spider spawning does what right now? 1, 2. Not amazing by any means. 1, 2, 3. I actually can't kill this, which is annoying. So I'll play this guy. And let's see what we know. 2 creatures, so we have 4 in the grave right now. Alright. Pass the turn. You can elixir if you want. Oh, yep. Thankfully, my spider spawning is going to be better than his spider spawning. Although, neither of us have the mana to flash it back right now. I think we're both 1 off. Also, well, for every creature that goes to the graveyard this turn, I get 1 more spider out of it. So I'm gonna attack. Well, this just doesn't trade with anything, but it is a strict upgrade for spider spawning. Yeah, I'll leave it back. I mean, on defense, like, why not? He probably just... He can kill... We kill at least 2 things if he blocks everyone. Alright, and question is, do we spider spawn now? Do we have one in our graveyard already? We do not. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's worth using now. That actually gives us a free Covenant of Blood if we want it. And I think that's worth doing now to bring him down to 9. If he's not able to recast, well, he does have Elixir. Let's just Covenant him. It's free 4 damage. We gain 3 life, or 4 life. If he's not able to flashback his spider spawning next turn, he's in a lot of trouble. So we're just going to out-creature him. He does have Elixir to bring him up to 14, but that's not too impressive. And it's 7, right? Okay, so he has enough to redo it. And he actually has another one in hand, too. Alright, so this could be interesting. Basically, anything I draw is decent here, because it's either a land... Ulcerate's not great, because it can't target his hexproof guy. Alright, if I attack all in, he can block at most 5, which means he's going to take at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That cancels out his Elixir. And I mean, he's going to flash these cards back anyway. So he's just going to bounce spiders. He's not going for any double blocks, it looks like. Could kill Wayfinder, but he also knows that spider spawning is in my graveyard. And he's going to take 2 off the ghast, which is... is he? Yeah. He's taking 2 off the ghast here. Which is 1 more damage than I expect to get him. He's essentially at 8. I'm gonna ulcerate just one of these for the heck of it. It's 1 less blocker. Alright, so same situation. He has 8 life because, oh, he's tapped out. So he can't activate Elixir. So we have, let's assume he blocks. He has 7 blockers. If he blocks Ghast, Disciple, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's taken 3 this turn. Yeah, I have 10 attackers, he has 7 blockers, and no way to activate the Elixir. This should be game. Should be exactly lethal. He's going through the motions. And I don't know if he's realized he can't use his Elixir right now. Maybe he was banking on that. Well, to be honest, like, he didn't have much of a choice. He could have kept up mana for the elixir, but then he wouldn't have been able to flashback spider spawning. So I kind of backed into a corner there. It was a lose-lose what he had. Even though I was 1 mana away from recasting my spider spawning, I had more creatures off the first one than he had total, so... There you have it, the Golgari deck. I think I went about even between all the matches, between all the videos, so... I lost a lot, although I would like to point out most of the games I lost were to Baneslayer Angel. Although I would have probably lost those games anyway. In conclusion, I don't love the Golgari deck. I could definitely, fix it up a little bit. I'll probably go back to Boros or play some new deck next time. I would love if you guys leave some comments. Tell me what decks you want to see me play, and I'll try to whip something together. I do have all the cards from this game, but I don't have like 4 copies of each of them, so you'll have to bear with me on that. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, leave some comments, and I will see you around. Alright, bye guys.